Today, we're going to dive into a really radical project called ENTIFY. Their goal is to completely redefine what we think of as economic value. Moving beyond just dollars and cents, and instead building an economy around human well-being. It's a huge idea, so let's get right into it.
To really get what they're trying to do, let me start with a question that might mess with your head a little. Imagine a hurricane completely flattens a city. From a purely economic perspective, what happens next? Does that disaster make the economy shrink? Or could it possibly make it grow? The answer, according to our main economic measurement, GDP, is kind of nuts. The economy actually grows. Yeah, all the money spent on rebuilding, the construction, the supplies, the labor, it all counts as a positive. And that right there shows you the fundamental flaw in the system. We're measuring the quantity of activity, not the quality of our lives.
And that is the exact problem that ENTIFY is setting out to fix. Their whole philosophy is built around this one idea. True value isn't found in market speculation or transactions. It's all about our actual, lived human experience.
So, how do they do it? How does ENTIFY really challenge these core metrics we've used for so long? Well, it all starts by completely redefining what value even means. This slide lays it out perfectly. On the one hand, you've got GDP. It's all about the amount of activity, and it can be super volatile and easily pushed around by politics. On the other hand, you have ENTIFY's alternative, the equity index. It's designed to measure the quality of life, our well-being. It's a total shift in how we look at things. Okay, so how in the world do you measure something as big and fuzzy as human well-being? ENTIFY's answer is fascinating. They say the solution isn't in economics at all. It's in a universal mathematical principle that you can find all throughout nature. Let's see how that works. And the key is this thing called the golden ratio, or phi. It's a number, about 1.618, and it is everywhere. Seriously, it's in the spiral of a shell, the way seeds are arranged in a sunflower, even in the shape of entire galaxies. In nature, it always represents this perfect point of balance and harmony. So ENTIFY takes this natural law of balance and applies it directly to us, to society. Their formula really just boils down to balancing two big ideas. Prosperity, which is all the good stuff like happiness and freedom, and friction, which is all the bad stuff holding us back like poverty and corruption. And here it is. This is the universal equity formula. It calculates an equity index, or EI, by balancing that prosperity, the P, against the friction, the F. And it uses the golden ratio, phi, to get the balance just right. The wild part is, they say this one formula can value pretty much anything, from an entire country down to a single product. Now, this is the magic number to remember, 0.618. It's the other side of the golden ratio, and it's basically nature's tipping point. For the equity index, if something scores above this number, it means it's creating more real human value than it's costing in friction. It's like the mathematical break-even point for well-being. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so you have this incredibly powerful index that can rate the true value of anything. What's the next step? Well, you turn that index into something you can actually use, a currency. Meet the equity token. It's a digital currency, sure, but here's the key difference. Its value isn't based on hype or speculation. It's actually pegged to the Global Equity Index, which is the average score of all countries. And when they back-tested this index, they found it has been unbelievably stable for over 75 years. Because it's tied to the slow, steady progress of humanity, it's designed to be a rock-solid store of value. And of course, the distribution of the tokens is also guided by the golden ratio. 38% for the public, 62% for the team, partners, and reserves. These aren't just random numbers. It's all part of the design to create a balanced system right from the very beginning.
The way they're releasing the token is also pretty clever, broken down into 3 phases. And yep, you guessed it, the golden ratio is all over this too. Phase 1 gets the biggest discount, Phase 2 gets a smaller one, and Phase 3 sells the rest at the full price. Every single step is designed around this idea of natural balance.
But look, the token is just one piece of this massive puzzle. Let's zoom out and look at the whole ecosystem they're building. It's a 4-layer network, and it's designed to create a completely new kind of high-trust digital economy. So, the network has 4 layers that build on each other. You start with the index app, which anyone can use to rate things. Then you have the external token that's publicly traded. Layer 3 adds a private, verified identity so you can access secure services. And that top layer, layer 4, is the sovereign identity, the highest level of trust, which is where things get really interesting. And this is a really important distinction to understand. There's the external token that's out in the wild, on public exchanges, and its price will fluctuate. But inside the secure network, there's a totally separate internal token. This one has a stable value, you need a verified identity to use it, and it's actually backed by real-world assets. That's what gives the inner network its power and stability.
We've covered the math, the token, the whole network structure. Now we get to the most important question. What does this sovereign digital world actually mean for you? This is where it gets pretty wild. Inside this high-trust sovereign network, you could do things like tokenize your house or your car. That means you could access its value as digital cash, but without needing a bank loan or paying any interest. Your tokenized stuff would even be insured for free by the network itself. We're also talking about things like untraceable digital cash and even network-funded jobs and credit.
And this quote just nails the whole vision. At the end of the day, all this complex tech is about one thing: giving power and control back to the individual. It's about letting you truly own and manage your digital life. So, it all leaves us with this one final massive question. The whole ambition here is to realign our entire global economy with what actually makes people's lives better, to build a system where what's good for you is also good for everyone else. So, is it possible? Could a mathematical formula that we borrowed from nature actually help create a fairer world? It's a lot to think about.